Monaco doesn't whisper wealth, it puts it on display. From the curve of the harbor to the narrow streets that wind past the casino, everything about Monaco feels intentional. The cars are louder, the outfits sharper, and the entrances unforgettable. And at the center of it all is a particular kind of presence that turns heads every time. Women arriving in supercars. This isn't just about vehicles. It's about image, timing, confidence, and the kind of lifestyle most people only see in films. In Monaco, it's real. And for a few weeks each year, especially during peak events like the Grand Prix, it becomes a moving stage. This piece explores what makes those arrivals so captivating, the machines behind them, and the deeper story of the billionaire lifestyle that fuels it all. The art of arrival. In Monaco, how you arrive matters as much as where you're going. A simple drop-off doesn't exist here. Pulling up to Hotel de Paris or circling Casino Square is a performance. Timing is everything. The car slows just enough. Heads turn before the door even opens. Then comes the exit. Heels meet pavement. Sunglasses stay on just long enough. There's no rush. The moment stretches, because it can. Women who master this aren't just passengers. They understand presence. Whether they're stepping out of a Ferrari or a Rolls-Royce, they know the car is part of the story, not the whole thing. The supercars that define the scene. Monaco has no shortage of luxury vehicles, but certain cars dominate the visual language of arrival. Ferrari. The classic statement, Ferrari, is Monaco's heartbeat. The sound alone turns heads before the car even appears. For many women, a Ferrari represents boldness. It's not subtle, and that's the point. Bright red still dominates, but softer tones like pearl white and matte champagne have become increasingly popular. Driving a Ferrari in Monaco isn't just about speed. It's about identity. It signals confidence and a willingness to be seen. Lamborghini. Sharp, loud, unapologetic. If Ferrari is elegant power, Lamborghini is pure attitude. Low, angular, and impossible to ignore, Lamborghinis are often chosen by women who want to stand out instantly. Doors that lift upward only add to the drama of arrival. Colors here push boundaries. Neon green, electric blue, deep violet. These are not safe choices, and that's exactly why they work. Rolls-Royce. Quiet authority. Not every arrival needs to be loud. Rolls-Royce represents a different kind of luxury. Smooth, silent, and commanding in a completely different way. When a woman steps out of a Rolls-Royce, the message is clear. She doesn't need noise to be noticed. These arrivals tend to feel more controlled, almost cinematic. The car door is often opened for her, and the pace is slower. It's less about spectacle and more about status. Bugatti. Rare and unmatched. Bugatti sits in a category of its own. Seeing one in Monaco isn't unusual, but arriving in one still carries weight. It signals extreme wealth and access to something few people can even approach. Women associated with Bugatti arrivals are often already known within elite circles. The car doesn't introduce them, it reinforces what people already understand. Fashion meets machine. The car is only half the equation. What completes the moment is what the driver or passenger wears. Monaco style leans toward clean lines and high-end simplicity. It's not about over-accessorizing, it's about precision. A fitted dress, neutral tones, and a single standout accessory often outperform louder combinations. The goal is harmony between the car and the person stepping out of it. For example, stepping out of a black Rolls-Royce in a sharply tailored white outfit creates contrast that photographers love. Meanwhile, matching a bright Lamborghini with bold fashion can amplify the impact, but it requires confidence to avoid looking excessive. The best arrivals feel effortless, even though they're anything but. The billionaire ecosystem behind it all. None of this exists in isolation. Monaco operates as a tightly connected ecosystem of wealth. Yachts, private jets, exclusive clubs, and luxury hotels all play a role in creating the environment where these moments happen. Yachts as floating mansions. Many of the women arriving in supercars aren't staying in traditional hotels. They're coming from yachts anchored in the harbor. These yachts are more than boats. They are private spaces designed for comfort, privacy, and entertainment. A short transfer from yacht to shore often leads directly into a supercar waiting nearby. This transition, from sea to street, adds another layer to the arrival story. Private jets and seamless travel. Monaco doesn't have its own airport, but that hardly matters. Private jets land in nearby Nice, and from there, helicopters or chauffeured cars bring guests directly into Monaco. The entire process is designed to remove friction. By the time someone arrives in a supercar, they've already experienced multiple layers of luxury. Exclusive venues, places like beach clubs, rooftop lounges, and members-only spaces are where these arrivals often lead. Entry isn't just about money, it's about connections, timing, and reputation. Being seen arriving at the right place at the right time reinforces status in ways that are difficult to replicate elsewhere. Social media and the amplification effect. What happens in Monaco rarely stays in Monaco. Social media has transformed these arrivals into global content. A single well-timed video of a woman stepping out of a supercar can circulate worldwide within hours. Angles matter. Lighting matters. Even the background plays a role. Casino Square, with its architecture and constant activity, remains one of the most recognizable backdrops. But there's a balance. The most respected figures in this space don't appear to be trying too hard. Their content feels natural, even when it's carefully planned. That distinction separates influence from imitation. The psychology of presence. Why do these moments capture so much attention? It comes down to contrast and aspiration. Most people don't live in environments where this level of wealth is visible. Seeing it condensed into a single moment, a car, an outfit, a location, creates a powerful impression. But beyond that, there's something else. Control. The women who stand out in Monaco appear fully in control of their environment. They're not reacting to attention, they're directing it. That sense of ownership is what makes the moment feel compelling rather than staged. Not just wealth, but taste. Money alone doesn't guarantee a memorable arrival. In fact, some of the least impressive moments come from people who rely solely on expensive cars without understanding how to use them as part of a larger image. Taste shows in restraint. Choosing the right car for the moment, the right outfit, the right time of day. Knowing when to be subtle and when to be bold. These decisions create a narrative that feels intentional. The difference is easy to spot, even for casual observers. The role of events. Certain times of the year elevate everything. Monaco Grand Prix. During Grand Prix week, the city transforms. Traffic slows, but visibility increases. Every arrival feels more significant because the audience is larger and more engaged. Celebrities, business leaders, and influencers all converge, raising the standard for what counts as impressive. Supercars line the streets in greater numbers, but that also means standing out requires more precision. Yacht shows and private gatherings. Outside of the Grand Prix, other events maintain the rhythm of luxury life in Monaco. Yacht shows bring in new vessels and new faces. Private parties create opportunities for more controlled, exclusive arrivals. These moments may be less public, but they carry equal weight within the circles that matter. Independence and identity. One of the most interesting shifts in recent years is the growing number of women driving themselves. This changes the dynamic completely. Instead of being passengers, they're in control of the machine. It adds another layer of confidence and reshapes the narrative around luxury and ownership. It also reflects broader changes in wealth distribution and visibility. Women are not just part of the lifestyle, they are defining it. Criticism and reality. Not everyone views this world positively. Critics argue that it promotes excess and unrealistic standards. There's some truth to that. Monaco represents a highly concentrated version of wealth that doesn't reflect everyday life, but it also serves as a lens. It shows what's possible at the highest levels of financial success, even if that level is out of reach for most people. Understanding it doesn't require agreeing with it. The future of luxury arrivals. Change is already happening. Electric supercars are beginning to appear, bringing a different kind of presence. They're quieter, but still powerful. Sustainability is becoming part of the conversation. even in spaces traditionally defined by excess. Design is also evolving. New materials, new shapes, and new technologies are reshaping what luxury looks like. But one thing remains constant: the desire to arrive in a way that feels unforgettable. Monaco is more than a place. It's a stage where wealth, style, and identity come together in highly visible ways. Women arriving in supercars represent one of the clearest expressions of that world. It's not just about the car, or the clothes, or the location. It's about how those elements are combined into a single moment that captures attention and holds it. Behind every arrival is a larger story of access, taste, and control.